Aidan Hutchinson has been a truly elite pass rusher. In just his second year, he is on that cusp of that highest tier of household names we all love, like Myles, Garret, and Nick Bosa. I know it's hard to believe. Those guys have been so dominant for so long. Even to say Hutchinson's name in the same sentence as those guys feels weird, but he truly is playing in that way in year two. It's not all that surprising either if you really think about it. He did dominate his rookie season with 9.5 sacks, which was half a sack more than Nick Bosa and half a sack less than Max Crosby. What's even more impressive is the massive improvement we have seen in Hutchinson's play from year 1 to year 2. I will show you how he is doing this with the film breakdown in a moment, but first let me explain how elite he is really playing. He is 7th currently in the NFL in pass rush win percentage, 6th in pass rush grade according to PFF, 5th in overall defensive grade out of all defenders in the NFL, and he leads the whole NFL with 35 pressures. On top of that, he also has 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and an interception. So how is Aiden Hutchinson wreaking such havoc on opposing offenses? Well, to my surprise when watching his tape, it starts with his power. He has displayed an incredible ability to put blockers on skates and walk them directly into the quarterback, either constricting the pocket so the quarterback has nowhere to go or making them bounce out and try to make a play when off script. Hutchinson just plays with fantastic leverage, especially for a 6'7" defender, and he does a great job of striking right into the blocker's chest. The way he sets this power up, however, is by elite ball get off. That really might be his key trait, because tackles have to rush to their set points at an uncomfortable pace, and he is able to catch them off guard with the powerful bull rush. You can see here the elite burst Hutchinson has if you compare him to the pass rusher opposite himself. Hutch reaches 4 yards upfield, while his teammate is a full yard behind. That distance is massive for a tackle to make up for in a split second. So Hutch easily wins around the corner. So if you are that tackle, then you know this guy is lightning quick, and you have to do anything possible to get depth and protect the edge, even if that compromises your strong base, which Hutch knows and takes advantage of over and over again. Hutch has great speed and power skill set that is very hard to handle, although the top tackles can usually deal with these two skill sets fairly well. What they can't deal with is when you add in an additional skill set, which is highly refined techniques. Hutch does such a good job to fight the blocker's hands consistently. He rarely lets blockers' hands stay on him unless he is bull rushing them into the quarterback. He uses 2-hand swipes to clear the strike to his chest. He uses a long arm to draw out the strike, then a club rip. And here you can even see how he seamlessly goes from one-hand attack on the guard, a club rip, right into a perfectly placed club on the tackle's elbow, just to clear that arm and give the tackle no chance of helping his guard. But also look at his footwork to flip his hips and work laterally one way, then flip his hips and work laterally the opposite way, and finish by slamming on the brakes and turning the corner for a hit on the quarterback. Elite technique and absolutely incredible athleticism. For some reason, people acted like Hutchinson wasn't an elite athlete after last year's combine, but some key numbers say the opposite. No, he didn't run a blazing 40, but he jumped a 36-inch vertical, which helps his ball get off. He ran a 4.15 20-yard shuttle, which is in the 96th percentile, and he ran one of the fastest 3-cone drills by any edge in the history of the combine with an insane 6.73 time. That is faster than 99.8% of edge rushers before him. So Hutchinson is an extremely elite athlete, and it shows on tape with his ball get off, his bend, his power, and his footwork. Another example of that great footwork is shown in his spin move, which is his most common attack after power rushing. He put Jawan Taylor of the Chiefs in a blender week 1 and had him playing with the grass. He sacked Desmond Ridder after a great spin move on longtime left tackle Jake Matthews. And he pressured Geno Smith multiple times with this lightning quick spin move, even hitting one as a counter to the outside after his initial move was stalled. He just does it with such speed. He sends tackles into the dirt with no chance of stopping him. Last thing I really want to highlight is how versatile he is to line up inside and consistently over and over defeat guards when his team runs nickel. The Lions ask him to do this a lot because they have other talented pass rushers off the edge, and it doesn't matter where you put Hutch. He can win. He does so with all the same abilities as I mentioned above. And he wins against really good guards like Trey Smith of the Kansas City Chiefs and even Chris Lindstrom, the highest paid guard in the NFL. There is honestly so much more Hutchinson deserves his praise for as well. He has a beautiful inside counter off his outside pass rush thanks to that speed threat off the edge, so the tackles overset him and he can use his agility to easily win inside. He plays the run with enough strength and discipline to not give up wide running lanes and let his linebackers clean up. Also, he is somehow an elite defensive back, even going back to last year with an incredible one-handed interception on Bryce Young this season and 4 total interceptions in his rookie year. Not quite sure how he manages to do that, but I do know Hutchinson is one of the best pass rushers and honestly defenders in the game, primarily thanks to his speed, footwork, power, and technique too. His rise to elite status happened in a hurry, but I don't expect it will burn out nearly as quickly. He is only 23 years old after all. For years to come, I believe we will be mentioning his name when discussing the top pass rushers in the league. Detroit fans, enjoy it, because talent like this is so rare. And for opposing quarterbacks, I'm sorry, you can't rest easy because this new nightmare has just begun.